even if you are coming in an adverse situation to this faculty of law. And out of the 11 participants, it is not possible to speak one by one what you have contributed to the faculty of law. But if I refer the conclusion or summation of this session, most of the participants have addressed that legal education should not be studied in isolations. It must be studied in an interdisciplinary approach. Because if you look at in a microscopic level, in a legal spectrum, we will find that we are teaching to our students the fundamental principles to the students. I mean doctrinal studies or research. Another aspects we are giving emphasis that operating part of law, what is taking place in the premises of the court and also quasi-judicial bodies. You see the combination. I am a academician and just beside me there is a practical lawyer is sitting to me. It is a good combination so that it has developed the taste or the flourish of this session. And because another third dimension you will find in legal spectrum, that integrated approach. Integrated approach means that law should be studied with a mechanical engineering. Law should be studied in sociology. Law should be studied in psychology. Law should be studied with political science. Because first generation is over, second generation over, now we are marching toward third generation and also fourth generation. Therefore, law should be studied in an integrated approach. In this connection, Professor Bonita Bose, she has emphasized that my research or finding is that law should be studied with the society. What are the criminogenic factors for the commission of the crime? Particularly you have reported the rape, various types of rape. How nicely you have praised to us, putting your best endeavors or intelligentsia. That you know. Thank you. That first you have said. Then from your conclusion, what I deduce or referred, integrated course must be appreciated, and in the faculty of law we have started the integrated course, not only in the faculty of law but also other faculties. Then again, other learned participants have emphasized that legal education, clinical legal education must be appreciated. Why? It gives an impression that theoretical knowledge is less than the practical knowledge. Or in other words, I can say practical knowledge is better than the theoretical knowledge. And learning by doing is the best aspect or the best powerful tool to develop the legal education. In this connection, Kirti Misra, she has emphasized very nicely. And also, when I put a cross question, she had not failed to impress me that a law school is the best school where the clinical legal education is carried out. Then, okay, I also congratulate to her. And Sweta Singh, madam, you have highlighted that the law should not be studied in a static manner, rather it should be dynamic. So, in the march of the society is not stagnant, it is ascending. Law is the instrument of social change. So, therefore, law should be studied in a not a national perspective, rather in an international perspective, such as cyber laws, such as patent laws, transnational crimes, and also how that electronic records, if it is extracted from the foreign territories, it should be admissible in the court in the administration of justice. Now your idea is not a national perspective, rather it's an international perspective. So less or more I can suggest, you may admit, may not admit, that integrated approach should be appreciated to develop the quality of the law. What your integrated, international, national perspective, she has emphasized it should be appreciated in the international perspective in the light of cyber laws, transnational crimes, and also comparative studies to be made American continent, European continent, Australian continent, and Asian continent. Finally, making our comparative study, we will draw the conclusion. And that conclusion, the best conclusion, so that we can plug the loopholes in India. It is your summation and also conclusion. Coming to another very powerful speaker, I think she believes in a very cardinal principle or golden principle. We should infuse to the students practical knowledge. Then practical knowledge is better than theoretical knowledge. And her analysis is arbitration, conciliation, mediation in a clinical legal education. Immediately it should be introduced so that it will develop the potential quality of our students. Because no need to go to the civil court. I am sorry to say, my student, now he is my colleague, is sitting here and also entertains this litigation. Justice delayed, justice denied. Simple, you introduced immediately that e-court, press the button of the computer, file your plaint, file your written statement, file your judgments. E-trial is to take place, then finally you refer the judgments to your client, plaintiff, or defendant, so that immediately you will render the justice to the person who is standing before you with a folding hand, praying that, my lord, you give justice. So that arbitration conciliation, that paper has been highlighted by Sandhya Sharma. That whether she is present or not, I'm not. Yes, good, very good. Arbitration, conciliation, and mediation. We are fighting, no need to go to the court. You are the arbitrator, conciliation mediator. Within a fraction of time or a minute, immediately you dispose this matter. We don't believe that justice delayed, justice denied. We believe press the button of the computer and get the justice in a fraction of time. So therefore, you have highlighted all these things. And Rekha Goswami, what a nice and excellent and fantastic she presented on the basis of the artificial intelligence. Now it is the time to introduce. There was a time, computer system and computer resource. Today it is time artificial intelligence. Whatever actions are being performed by the natural brain, the same thing is being performed by artificial intelligence, I mean machine brain. That your statement, I mean that Rekha Sharmaji's statement has been corroborated by Asta Chaturvedi. Where is he? You. Very nicely you have made a comparative study referring to the European continent's artificial intelligence acts. These are the contemporary issues in a modern world. Because you are the today techno-friendly man and woman. We are outdated, but you are updated. We need the brain like you to appreciate the introduction of artificial intelligence. I put some extent, both of you, I am addressing to you that if you appreciate the artificial intelligence, the numbers of problems are there. People are jobless and so and so. I don't believe that principle. You take a very initial step to compare with the America, compare with the Australia, Prussia, Malaysia, Hungary, because India should not be lagging behind others. Because we believe today, digital India, startup India, incredible India, Mera Bharat Mahan hai. How they are possible? It is possible because of the introduction of information, artificial intelligence. Both I am saying, Rekha Sharma ji and also Asta Chaturvedi ji. And I put a question, nicely you answered, that in European Union, very recently, they have introduced the Artificial Intelligence Act. Okay, both of you are congratulated. And Bagish Jaji, Upadhyay ji, and कहाँ है बागिश जी? हाँ, तो बढ़िया है. That means you see, your special analysis, the clinical legal education, sustainable solution and access to. No one should be denied to access the justice. Everyone has the right to access the justice. How it is possible? You have suggested saying that academicians should not participate in the clinical legal education. Rather, practitioners who have a wide experiences, they should be invited to introduce that to learn to the students in legal educations. Is it so? Theory is outdated, practice is updated. Meaning thereby, practical knowledge is more fruitful than the theoretical knowledge. Thank you. And fundamental. Thereafter, Archana Kaur ji, she emphasized law should not be studied in a isolation manner. She emphasized globalization and privatization liberations are the good symptom to compete with other nations. We should endeavor ourselves how to compete with the others. Now, okay, ask the Joe, Vivek Kumar ji. Vivek ji, okay, you are coming from Uttarakhand, putting much effort to make our program a grand success. Okay, now you have referred, justice is the cornerstone. Pandit Nehru said that if you provide food to the starving people, clothes to the naked masses, justice to the marginalized people, it is the best constitution of India. Therefore, your paper is much appreciated how to provide justice to the marginalized people. And my suggestion, after listening your deliberation, you do more, you inculcate more efforts to enrich the quality of the paper. And Kumar, Suman, okay, you also identified or spot out what are the various obstacles to access the justice. And you have read numbers of literatures. Had you said something in a practical point of view, because seminar is organized to collect the experiences from the participants. And these experiences should block or to check the low falls in the further stages. It is the prime objective seminar. He has said something, these are the quotation, not required. Because it has been written in the books. But what is your, practical aspects you are facing in the society, these things should be highlighted. But less or more, you have said very nice things. Sandeep ji, upliftment of the people is the most important ingredient. We must emphasize it. And Kumari Suman, you are going back to the Vedic civilization. We are coming to postmodernism. Youngster, you are. You think over this matter, but you have said that Vedic values should be incorporated in the legal education. Very fine. But while you are thinking about the ancient period, medieval period, modern period, think about the postmodern period. Then there is a parallel footing. Then we can give a much emphasis. We should not go back. We should go for ahead. Like I am suggesting you, but don't take it otherwise. But what they have said, we should think about what is the sanctity of the information technology. We should think about artificial intelligence. We should think about if the electronic record is produced before the court, what are the predominant condition for the admissibility of the electronic evidence? If it is extracted from the foreign domain, international law, you have said, whether these, my friend also suggested to me, if an electronic evidence is extracted from the foreign domain, is there any criterion in India to be admissible? These are the burning issues. But you have tried a lot and contributed to the faculty of law. So therefore, I am very, very grateful to all of you. And you have presented the most excellent and fantastic paper in this seminar. And what is our conclusion? I am saying it is recorded in the. Finally, we have drawn the suggestion or ratio decidendi. You can understand. Integrated approach must be appreciated in legal educations. Number one. It is a first conclusion after making a comparative study and taking the spirit of your paper. Law should be studied psychology should be studied law, sociology should be studied law, and also international law, etc. Integrated approach must be appreciated. That is our finding. Second finding is that artificial intelligence should be introduced in every legal faculties to reduce the burden of the workload. Ruchi ji ne kaha, once upon a time she was the student, now she is my colleague. Okay. And also Kirti Mishra ji highlighted, we are overburdened. Actually, would you believe that she is engaging 4 classes in a day? How much preparation it requires? But in spite of that fact, she is engaging. No hesitation. Therefore, if you introduce the artificial intelligence like America, Netherlands, and Singapore, then it is the best approach. Student as well as teachers, both are comfortable. Simple, we are the facilitator. Second conclusion, it should be introduced. And if it is a clinical legal education must be interconnected with the foreign universities. One of the participant impressed to us. Now we have it should be interconnected to the foreign universities. Then what is happening there? That it should be introduced in India. And burning subjects, very contemporary subjects, last fourth conclusion, such as cyber laws, patent laws, and of transnational nature in crime, cyber crime, it should be introduced in legal curriculum to increase the potential vibrance of this legal education. That 4 points I have written, and instead of submitting the written statement, because we are a techno-friendly man, it has been recorded that everything integrated approach. Once more, I am refining this, and artificial intelligence should be introduced, and clinical legal education interest should get the internet connection, and very modern contemporary issues must be studied in every universities, legal institutions, or everywhere. So with these words, I congratulate all my learned participants coming to the Faculty of Law, taking a much pain, because there is a pain and also pleasure. Then thank you to all of you.